Hey folks, welcome back here to the VegasDon channel on YouTube. We're here on Nellis Boulevard, here on the mean streets of East Las Vegas. We're driving right by the Culinary Health Center here, and we're going to make a right on to Walnut. They have a tire shop here, one of thousands of them, it seems, over here on the east side of town. Lots and lots of them. But I wanted to come down here because I've been referred by a lot of folks. See, we've got some folks out here. Referred by a lot of folks to come out here and check out these apartment complexes in here off of Walnut. And so here we are. Evidently there's a lot of calls for service in these areas. Again, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. We really appreciate you guys being here. Not a whole lot in the way of foliage here. In fact, there's like no greenery at all. What is here is brown. They have a basketball court back there. Some of these, it looks like they might be renovating them, but I'm not sure what happened here. If they sold them to another company and that company came in and said, okay, we're going to renovate and then double what we charge for rent to help pay for those renovations or whatever. But it is definitely a very kind of dreary type of area in here. And so there are the renovations going on right there. It looks like they had actually a fire right there inside one of them. I don't know if that was during construction or what they did there. But then we have these over here. We just did a video on those units right there as we come up here and approach Betty Lane. Done a lot of videos up and down Betty Lane, so please check those videos out in our video library. We never know what you're going to see here on the VegasDon channel on YouTube. Always watch every video to the end, because I can't predict what we're going to see. We've seen pirate ships, we've seen all sorts of deals go down, if you know what I mean, and all sorts of other activities. These e-bikes, man, these guys, I swear, they live so dangerously. The way they drive them, they just go flying around corners and stuff. I mean, I could have been sitting right here and had him come flying out wide like that. He would have been right into me, and he doesn't have insurance, right? So any damage to my car, it'd be, what, out of my pocket, or at least my insurance company, and then my rates go up. Those e-bikes, I thought I read that they're going to be banned down on the Strip corridor. I don't know if that's true or not, so please don't quote me on that. But this is Riata Way here, and they have these little dips in the road along the way in through here to keep you from trying to speed. But I think they do a lot of damage to your suspension, really, on the cars. You don't see these so much on the in Summerlin, on the west side of town, do you? They have these dips out there? I don't recall us having seen them on our drives. But they have a million of them over here. I don't know if that's just because they decided they wanted to create a better system out there than what they have out over here on the east side of town. I'm not sure. But the folks over here on the east side of town, again, because they don't seem to say anything about it, it's fine. You know, no harm, no foul, right? If no one calls and says anything about this stuff, and even if they do call, what are they going to say, right? Because they've got all sorts of excuses to give people. You know, I'd like to talk to my elected official. Oh, gosh, they're, you know, in a meeting on a boat in the middle of the Mediterranean right now. This is Lynn Lane right here, but it becomes Battle Mountain here on of a cedar, so we'll make this right here. I wanted to check out this one part of town where they said they were looking to build, or at least incorporate a kind of a halfway home for a lot of folks recently released from prison, which has created quite an uproar here. That dually sure is taking its time. Created quite an uproar here on the east side of town. A lot of folks up in arms about that. That's the one thing that they're complaining about, and it's actually very, very close here to an elementary school. But again, they're not putting it out there on the out in Summerlin. They're not putting it out there on the west side of town, which again is a head scratcher. So according to the address that they have posted online, it's going to be right up here on the right. Now I've got cars behind me, so I can't really turn, and there's no, I mean, I can't really go slowly, and there's nowhere to really, yeah, it's right in here on the right. So you have homes in here, and then you have a street here called Unger Street, but then again, this is still residential in here. That Kia's mad at me. That's all right. And then El Dorado Hills here. So it's right in here somewhere that they wanted to do it, because this is where the address is for it. So we're gonna make a right here onto Christie. We do a lot of videos up and down Christie Lane. Feel free to check those out in our video library. And then you have more, well, one house, two houses right there off of that extension of Christie Lane. You also have Christie Lane right here. But yes, it doesn't look like a big industrial type of place. I'm guessing that it's probably a home or a collection of homes in here that maybe someone bought, and that's what they're looking to do now, is put in that kind of home for folks. Again, very, very strange that they would pick a location very close to a school. And it's hard to find a location in this town that's not close to a school, right? I mean, you've got a lot of folks that live pretty close to a school in this town. There's 237 elementary schools in this town. At least I think that's what the number is. That's a lot of schools. And again, you know, what return do we get on that investment? What's our ROI on that? Nothing. We're still bottom 5, bottom 10 in terms of educational outcomes and achievements every year. But hey, we're going to change names of schools to you're super duper smart and this is an academic achievement center school. So that way kids feel like they belong and they're inspired, right? They're inspired to achieve more. As we take a look here at more of the homes here along Cedar. So these look like newer homes. I'm not sure if they have an HOA in here. I don't think so, because these yards, most of them look like they're pretty brown. I'm not sure how they do that. But ooh, that wall is all like burnt orange or something. Like a University of Texas type of orange, but even more burnt than that. This is Searchlight Drive right here. Make a right here, because that's the only way we can go. It's funny, you have right turns or left turns only and on streets in this town, and then you just can't, some of them have stop signs, others don't. So it's like you can't tell whether there's going to be a stop sign up there or not at a, you know, a road that either goes right or left, and that's it. And we've seen that in a lot of videos here on the VegasDon channel in the video library, so feel free to check that out. There's an old Chevy pickup truck right there, in addition to some more homes that we see here. White and black trim there. And again, the trees and the grass, okay, that's turf there. But a lot of it, whoa! These guys cut corners so closely sometimes. It can be really scary. So, looks like the light over there at Christie just turned green, so in the meantime, please check out my wife's channel, Cinnamon and Jupiter. She does some awesome astrology and spirituality videos. Even if you're not into that topic, if you could still like and subscribe, it would really mean a ton to us as we try and get her channel off the ground. See Wile E. Coyote there on the splat on the side of that car. Splat sticker sort of thing. And I really appreciate you guys being here. Please like and subscribe to her and to us, as well as my buddy Mike. Vids from Mike, VidsFromMike. Does some sensational sunrise and sunset drone videos to include plane spotting and the elusive and mysterious Janet Airlines. If you don't know Janet Airlines, feel free to do a quick Google search. Prepare to be wowed and amazed. Really fascinating stuff out there. So we're on Stewart Avenue right now, heading eastbound. And you can see Frenchman's and Sunrise Mountain Peaks right there. Right beyond the trees. Sunrise Mountain Peak is the one on the left. Frenchman's Mountain Peak is the one on the right. Very distinguishable from just about anywhere in town. That's the cool thing about having mountains all around the town. You kind of know where you are. You can kind of pick out where you are relative to the mountains that are all around us. There's a church up here on the left as we come up here to Fog Street, F-O-G-G, for our friends following along at home on your preferred map app. There's another little juice stand right there. In fact, that one's kind of obscured. They're trying to take advantage of the shade from that tree. And then you have, what, a 9-acre lot here that's been for sale ever since we first started doing these videos, so they must want way too much money for it or something, I don't know. As always, we really appreciate you guys being here. Please like and subscribe, and always remember, here on the VegasDon channel, it is the journey, where what happens in Vegas stays right here on the VegasDon channel on YouTube. We'll see you next time, folks. Thank you so much.